Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It is Saturday, which means it's time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! My weekly roundup is where we go through my week in crafting. We talk about any whips, works in progress, or FOs, finished objects. This straw just will not stay out of the frame. Okay, so we're going to talk about my works in progress and finished objects. I do have an exciting finished object to share with you. My glasses are incredibly dirty. I don't know how that happened. They look almost like... If you have glasses, does this ever happen? Like, your glasses get like... When they get like smushed up against your face and you get like weird swirly lines, that's what they look like. But I don't recall having the glasses smushed into my face today. But I do have rambunctious children. I could have blocked it. Anyway, I have, like I said, one finished object and a couple of works in progress we are going to talk about. I'm trying to streamline things a little bit so I can focus on, in May here, finishing my Book Dragon mosaic blanket. I do not have Book Dragon in here right now, but I really, really want to get as close to finishing it as possible. And I am woefully behind. I'm woefully behind. However, we must also forge ahead. Let's just talk about the finished objects. I did finish the star blanket. This is using a color pack of Brava yarn I got from Knit Picks, and the blanket is a Yarn Inspirations pattern that I found on a tutorial for on the Crochet Crowd. So I followed Mikey's tutorial, and frankly, the tutorial is so easy. Once you get past... I think he even shows you only the first 5 rounds. Because once you get past round, that's round 1, round 2. Yeah, by the time you're in round 3, you're already doing the pattern. So, I really like this one. I think it turned out great. I really like the yarn. This was my first time using the Brava yarn from Knit Picks. I think this is a cute one. This gets Erin's, mark of approval. Was it Jenny? I think Jenny suggested I keep it as a car blanket because I have quite fallen in love with this one and I'm not sure I'm willing to give it up. I was getting very used to the idea of maybe letting it go, but it actually kind of works perfect as a car blanket because you've got this little point here, you've got these little flaps that can hug your body, and then the 2 little legs, because it's a 5-pointed star, cover your legs. Thank you. I will be keeping this as a car blanket. I love it. Obviously, I won't use it when I'm driving, but should others need it, it's perfect. I love it. I very much want to get a picture to put it up on my Ravelry. I really don't know how to fold it. I've kind of just been grabbing it by the center and draping. I think that's probably the best bet. But there you go. It is finished. I am so excited. That's 5 balls of yarn out of the collection and made into a lovely thing. It fits the vision I had in my head for that yarn, so I just could not be happier with that. My next... That's all I had for finished objects. So we're going to move into whips. Works in progress. I should start from this side because that will explain what I have over there. I did put one more mini into my Aberdeen wool. Wait, is that a drop stitch? No, it's not a drop stitch. Okay, good. In my Aberdeen wool bias scarf. So there it is. That's what I most recently did. I have this stitch marker is just marking the right side of the work, so I know which one is right side, wrong side. And then there you go. I think this is super cute. The more I look at it, I do think I'm going to only put the 20 minis on this instead of the full 40 that they suggest, because this is already getting quite long, right? It's already, I mean, it's stretched a little bit, but it's already at wingspan. And we are, oh no, 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 no! Why did I do that? Oh, I pulled stitches. Okay, you're gonna have to sit with me while I pick these back up. What was I thinking? Why did I do that? Okay, pick them up, pick them up. Okay, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, because if this is setting up for wrong side row, I start it with a decrease, so I didn't lose the yarn over, because the yarn over is on this end. Okay, good. Holy buckets, I'm not doing that again. You guys, next time I try to do that, yell at me through the phone that it's unwise. Okay, so let's see what, here you go. This is what I'm talking about, the Pickle Jar Kit. This comes from Aberdeen Wools. It's literally a pickle jar. Comes with 40 micro minis of Tangled Poets hand-dyed yarn. None of it's labeled. It's all mystery. And comes with the knitting needles I'm using here. They're US 4, I think like 23 inches. And 2 patterns. One for the original cowl, which I made before. And I used all of the yarn for that. It's really fun. And then for the bias scarf, I got a refill. And we're making the bias scarf. And it looks like we're probably going to be making 2 bias scarves. So, let's hold the jar of fate high and see what is next. Oh, I thought it was going to be the pink one. It is not. Oh, this is like, this looks like Fruit Loops. This is very tropical to me. Orange, green, yellow. There's some that kind of merge into different colors, but I think those are the main colors. Let's get this sealed back up. I shall show you the mini hank, and there you go. Focus on the yarn, not on Erin. So that's what we're adding next. This is going to be a departure from what we had, but I still think it's going to be fun. That's what's like extra fun about this project. It's like barely organized chaos, and it works. The next project I have for you is my is it Witchly? I keep saying it wrong. Witchling Cowl. This is a pattern. The kit I got from Dragon Horde Yarns, and Tristan designed the pattern herself. So it's all from Tristan's brain. You can find the pattern alone on Ravelry if you want it. I have gotten to the point where I will be starting the chart. So here we go. I have moved to the bigger needles, and there we go. Not much to look at now, but I have finished the rounds of 1 by 1 rib, and I'm now ready to start the chart. Exciting! Which means soon the color work will begin. I love it! Oh, if you want a picture of the cowl, this is what I'm going for. Very cute. And that's that. Hopefully next week I will have some color work to show you, although this project, I think, oh come on pattern, get into the bag. I think this project might be going down to the kitchen table to be the main level project. I'm very close to finishing the cowl I'm making for the kids' music teacher, and then I think what's down on the kitchen table right now is Bingo's knit dress. And I think that dress will go to the car, and then that will be my car project, which will get quite a bit of love here. We're in the last month of school, but it still will get a good chunk of time worked on it. What's next? I have this. Okay, so last week I finished my owl, and Bingo has not named the owl, but she lost the owl and was trying to describe to Brian what the owl looked like. And I was like, it's got like a stripy head and wings, a purple body, and a pink beak and feet. And she was like, well, what? It's very pretty, Papa. One wing looks like a sunset and the other looks like a sunrise. And I looked at it, and she is so right. Like, one of the wings, it starts out with the darkest color. It's not quite black. And then it fades up into like a dark purple. And then you start near the bottom to get the colors. And it's like the very end of the sunset. And then the other wing is like all bright colors. It was adorable. But now we have begun Penelope the Penguin for Chomps, my son. Oh, this book is Crochet Cute Critters by Sarah Zimmerman, who is Repeat Crafter Me on the YouTubes. He would like me to make it look like Peso from the Octonauts. So that's what I'm going to do my best to try. He does not want the little hat. So he does want the little blue collar though. So I have made the body black. I think I'm going to go to the alligator pattern and steal the tummy patch to put it on there, because Peso has a black body with a white tummy. But like Peso's tummy is almost the full front, so this will look a little different. The tummy portion will be a touch smaller. But yeah, so there you go. I finished the body, which is perfectly great for me. I really tried to finish like a big component on that in a week, and that makes me happy. So next week, if I can finish that tummy panel, and then how many rows are in the head? 23. I bet you if I can do the tummy panel and finish the head, that's going to make me happy. I won't attach the head yet because I have to make the eye patches and the beak, and those are easier to attach if the head isn't on the body yet, at least I find. Yeah, so I'll finish those pieces, then I'll attach the head, and then it has pretty much the same wings and feet as the owl, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's nice as you get deeper into this book to realize which pieces are kind of interchangeable and learning more and, you know, figuring out just how to maybe personalize it. So I'm pretty proud of that advancement in my amigurumi making. Work on Bingo's C2C Rave blanket. So I made a scrappy blanket, scrappy C2C blanket from Big Twist Rave last year, using the extra tidbits from my initial purchase of Rave yarn. When I first bought Rave yarn, I bought a good number of colors, not all the colors, but most of them, just one cake each. And I made hat and cowl sets from them. And when I had leftovers, I just threw it in C2C blanket. I think it's gloriously happy. But Bingo fell in love with it and wanted it. But the whole time I was making it, I told her, this is for donation, this is for donation, we're not keeping this. So I did go get her yarn to make her a similar blanket. So that's what this is. This colorway is Unicorn. This one is Ice. The middle here is Cyan Crush. And this is actually, so this is one cake of Unicorn, one cake of Ice. I did one cake of Cyan Crush. When I finished that, that's where I made the turn. So I am starting to decrease the blanket. And so now we're on the decrease. I'm on my second cake. You can see there, decrease. The second cake of Cyan Crush. And I do know that it takes slightly more to do the decrease side of a C2C than it does to do the increase side of C2C because of the slip stitches up the cube. I don't know what you think of C2C. I think of these as little cubes. So for the last color in the blanket, I do have 2 cakes. So I have enough. I know it's not going to take enough that there's a whole extra cake of yarn in here. But let me grab a full rave. This will be the next color I use after Cyan Crush. It is Super Beach. I have not seen this at my Joann's in the bankruptcy phase here, the liquidation phase, but I really quite enjoyed Big Twist Rave. I quite hope that might be something that makes a reappearance with Hirschner's. Here we go. That is my progress on the week. That's what I did. I'm super excited. I'm super proud of everything I've done. And like I said, I did get a good chunk worked on in the Book Dragon blanket. So I hope to continue that as well. Because I've been trying to cycle in projects using yarn from the collection and kind of slow burn working on it, but because I want to get the whips done. But I also need to manage the yarn collection, and I've got so many ideas and so much, oh, I want to start that, oh, I want to start that, startitis, I guess, cast-on-itis, whatever you want to call it, that I have to control it a little bit. So I let myself take projects and make them. Since I did a blanket here, I'm going to switch. Like I said, I want to do dragon eggs. So I have the dragon egg dice bag pattern. I'm going to try to start that. I know those don't take super long time, so maybe I'll have it finished next week. I'm not sure. But that's my plan. Yeah. Oh, I guess that is all I have in the crafting. If you want to talk books, I will go into books for just a quick second. If you're only staying for the crafting portion, thank you so much for stopping by. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Love to hear what's exciting you. Just want to hear it all. For the book front, I am reading Carl Sagan's book, The Demon Haunted World, Science as a Candle in the Dark. A long, wordy title. I mean, he's a scientist, though. It's a rare nonfiction book that I'm reading. It is by no means difficult to read, but basically the book is kind of about how important, not just how important science is, but how important the skill of critical thinking is. I think it's a good message, you know, it's a good message. And I have to read it, though, in small bites, because otherwise I get too worked up. So I'll be like screenshotting and sending Brian paragraphs out of the book. Like, look at this! He wrote this in '96! And, so I've been rereading Fourth Wing at the same time. I have my nonfiction book, and then I have my fun dragon fantasy book to help balance each other. I feel like Carl would approve. I feel like he would. But yeah, so I am not nearly as far along in the Carl Sagan book as I thought I would be, but that's also okay. I read for fun, not for speed or anything like that. So it doesn't bug me that I don't have books finished fast. Although sometimes it's like, I really love this book and I really want to know how it ends. And in that case, sometimes I'll push through. Like that night I stayed up forever to finish I've blanked it, The Way of Kings. But yeah, that is that. I have a feeling I will reread all 3 of the Empyrean books by the time I finish the Carl Sagan book. But like I said, I take it in bite-sized chunks, and then in the time it takes me to kind of do that, I can read a whole chapter of Fourth Wing. also with Fourth Wing, I've read it multiple times now. So I'm probably not reading as closely, not like word for word or anything, but it's like visiting with an old friend and makes me happy. I have decided though, if I do finish all 3 of the Imperium books before I finish the Carl Sagan book, I will start the next Stormlight Archive book, and which I think is Words of Radiance, and then I'll cycle through those 2. Love to you all. Let me know if you've got any fun stuff you've been reading. I would love to hear it. You know I love book recs as well as pattern and yarn and all things crafty. I will see you guys later. Bye.